We're getting ready to go back under the green flag.
Kyle Larson, Jimmy Johnson up front. Green flag is out. Still with 75 laps to go in the Daytona 500. They head off for turn number 1. Kyle Larson leads the way.
Larson gets a good jump at the drop of the green flag. He pulls away by a car length and a half. Jimmy Johnson in that high lane will fall back into a battle with 4 second with his Hendrick Motorsports teammate Chase Elliott. Elliott will take the 2 spot, slides up to go after Larson. Casey Kane will go 3 wide to the bottom for the lead.
Kyle Larson now will squeeze in line right behind the car of Casey Kane across the nose of Austin Dillon. What a close call as Chase Elliott goes to the lead.
Chase Elliott goes to the point. Kyle Larson falls back to 4th in a side-by-side race with Trevor Bayne for that position. 3 wide racing from about 9th on back.
3 Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolets now at the front of the field here at Daytona, being led by Chase Elliott, who led the field to the green flag 126 laps ago. Then it's Casey Kane, Jimmy Johnson, Kyle Larson, and Trevor Bayne.
Hendrick Motorsports beginning to huddle up at the front of the pack. They're three of their cars, the only 3 that remain, run 1, 2, 3, led by Chase Elliott.
3 wide for the number 5 position. Right up the gut comes Chris Buescher. He is in the middle of a 3 wide with Austin Dillon. Now they're looking 4 wide on the back straightaway for just a moment. They sort it out now back to 3 wide.
Jamie McMurray in that pack of traffic in that 3rd lane right up against the outside wall along with Michael McDowell and Kurt Busch. Further up, battle for the lead. Casey Kane and Chase Elliott.
Kane drove to the inside of the track going into turn number 3, got the spot alongside his teammate Chase Elliott, and now they're going at it side by side for the lead in the Daytona 500. Behind them, Kyle Larson and Jimmy Johnson's up there.
Here side by side, 2 by 2, all the way back through the top 20 now. Chase Elliott by a nose in the outside lane over Casey Kane. 3 wide now for the 3rd spot. Trevor Bayne busts a move up the middle.
Jimmy Johnson all the way to the outside. You got Kyle Larson down low. 3 wide, about 5 rows deep. Double wide for the lead. Chase Elliott up front. Casey Kane on the bottom. Jimmy Johnson, and they're looking 4 wide. Johnson gets turned. Bayne goes around. Buescher is in the outside wall. Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, Danica Patrick, Clint Boyer, Kevin Harvick. Others crash and collide in turn 3.
And the caution flag is waving. We've got the big one here going into turn number 3, lap 127, and just looking across the racetrack, Mike, it looks like a junkyard.
It does, Jeff. Remember what I said at the beginning of this broadcast. 2 wide is good, 3 wide is great, 4 wide you're asking for it. They just got it right there. Looking 4 wide and going 4 wide to the entrance of turn number 3. Jimmy Johnson was the first to get turned. Everybody tried to get woed up, and that's when the pack came sliding in and crashing in. At least a dozen cars involved in this one.
Oh, man, and some big names involved in that crash. Potential contenders for the win, former Daytona 500 winners. We'll check it out for you when we come back. At least 10 cars involved in a crash going into turn number 3, almost at the same spot where we had the other big one here earlier today. Some of the names of those involved: Denny Hamlin, Jimmy Johnson, Trevor Bayne, Danica Patrick, Kurt Busch got some of it, also Martin Truex, Kevin Harvick, and Clint Boyer. Before we check back in with Mike Bagley, let's go to pit road and start with Steve Post.
Yeah, down here looking at Kevin Harvick looking at his car. And he's got damage on both sides of the rear of it. None of the body panels are off it, but they're all crinkled up. So it looks like damage on the right front as well. Denny Hamlin was in the last time by. He has right side damage on his car. Danica Patrick here. Michael McDowell got just a little bit of that as well. Landon Castle's team working on the right side of his car. A lot of damaged race cars down here and a lot of good race cars, including defending winners Kevin Harvick and Denny Hamlin. Winston, what's in front of you?
Well, Clint Boyer's car's in front of me. Heavy damage in the front of that machine. Clint jumped out and walked very briskly, even ignoring one of the Ford officials that had stopped to try to talk to him. Clint Boyer very frustrated. Looks like there's some damage to the right front of Joey Logano's car. He's been one of the stronger cars all afternoon. Martin Truex Jr. is here. They've got some damage, but they're putting that duct tape on it, and they should be fine, putting that bear bond on it. Trevor Bayne behind him. He's got some damage to his machine. We see one more car jacked up behind his machine. Looks like Ty Dillon again in another accident today. So a number of cars here on pit road. The only one that we know that is DOA That would be Clint Boyers. Alex?
Yep, two more. A couple of Chevrolets here in the midsection. Winston that's got damage. Kurt Busch, damage on the right side all the way down of his machine. He's also got damage on the left front of his car. Ryan Newman, also the other driver here in the midsection, had slight damage to the nose of his race car as well. So a couple of more drivers there have problems after getting collected in that incident there going into turn number 3.
Jimmy Johnson, one of the first cars to get turned in that crash.
Really? The whole back straightaway. 2 of them trying to crash me. I assume we're done? Yes, sir. Put it on the truck.
Put it on the truck. A lot of guys will be doing that. That was Jimmy Johnson. Again, involved were the cars of Denny Hamlin, Trevor Bayne, Danica Patrick was in it, Kurt Busch, also Martin Truex, Kevin Harvick, Clint Boyer, Landon Castle, and Michael McDowell. Indeed, that was the big one going into turn number 3. From Daytona International Speedway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.